Hi there, Auntie Jen here, and today we're going to learn how to make Auntie Jen's gluten-free turkey breast. It's really good, really tender, really juicy. I think you're going to really like it. So let's get started. These are all the food items you'll need to make Auntie Jen's gluten-free turkey breast. The first thing we're going to do, you can already see I've lined my turkey roaster in aluminum foil. And that's what you want to do there. It's the heavy duty aluminum foil. So line your broiler into that. Okay, then we're going to use some of this organic extra virgin olive oil spray, and we're going to just coat the inside of this. Just enough that if the turkey gets on there, it's not going to stick to the tin foil. And that's what we're trying to keep it from doing. And this is gluten-free, by the way. Okay, you can see I've squirted all around there. Okay, now we're going to add some butter in here. And I will tell you, the secret to making this turkey breast really moist is to have a lot of butter in it. So that's one of the keys, and we're going to baste it quite regular. So let's see here. I've got about 3 big chunks so far. Okay. As you can see, I've put several good-sized chunks in there. That's about, let's see, about 5 or 6 big chunks. And we're just going to spread them throughout. You know, you don't want them all lumped together. When I hold it up, it tries to lump together. But we're just going to try to spread them out a little bit. All right. Now, I'm going to open up the turkey breast, and I'll be back in just a moment just to show you how it is. So watch this gluten-free tip while I'm doing that. Okay, we're back. While we were off camera, I turned my oven on to preheat to 400 degrees, so you definitely want to do that beforehand. Okay, now, as you can see, I've got my turkey in here, and I opened it up, and you want to be careful when you open your turkey in the bag, because a lot of red juice will come out of it, so I always use the sink and get close to it so I can try to drain at least most of it into the sink. And one other thing I'll remind you about, too, is if you get raw turkey, anywhere on your counters or anywhere, your hands, whatever, you definitely want to clean with hot soapy water and rinse it well so you make sure you don't get sick, okay? Alright, so that's what we're doing there. Now, next thing we're going to do, since we've got this in here, we already got our butter in the bottom. So now we're going to add a little bit to the top. I usually like to lay a little bit on top of the turkey. Because like I said, this butter is what's going to keep the turkey very moist. So I use quite a bit of turkey. It'll all melt and drain down into the pan later. But for now, we're going to put it on the top and just let it drain off that way when it goes into the oven. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Alright, next thing we're going to do is put our lid on. And then once our oven gets preheated, we're going to put it in the oven. So we'll be back here in just a minute when it gets preheated. So we're going to set this on the bottom layer in the center, and we're going to baste from time to time. And as I baste, I'll show you. We're probably going to let it cook about 30 to 45 minutes before I start basting. So we'll be back when we're ready to do that. Okay, it's time to check our turkey now to see how it's going. And we're going to need to baste it. So let's get it out. And always make sure you wear your oven mitts or you'll burn your hands. Okay, it's looking good and juicy. Okay, let's get some basting going here. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking my baster and I'm going to pull up some of the butter and the juices that are in the bottom and just squirt them on the top. I don't have a whole lot in here, so it's not getting too much stuff, but whatever you can get up in there, you want to get it up in there in your baster. Okay, that was a pretty good one, so let's do that. We're just going to baste it all over real good. Okay. We'll do this several times because we want a good juicy turkey. I usually fix this for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, so this is how I do my Thanksgiving and Christmas turkey. But you can do this any time of the year as long as you can get you a good turkey that's gluten-free. And always read your ingredients because you want to make sure what you're eating is gluten-free. Truly gluten-free. Because like I said, the FDA allows 20 parts per million and they can still call it gluten-free, so you got to be aware of that. And for me, that don't work. I have to be really gluten-free, or else I wind up in the hospital. I don't want to do that. It's not pleasant. Alright, so we basted it pretty good there, and I'm going to add just a little bit more butter just to keep on getting that really good and basted and really good and juicy. So we're going to do that right there. Okay, put our oven mitts back on, put our lid back on, and we're ready to put it back in the oven and let it cook a little longer. Now this one is kind of a small turkey, so it's probably going to be cooking about 2.5 hours is all we're going to cook it. So it's been cooking about an hour right now. So we're going to leave it a little while longer, probably about another 30 minutes, and then we'll baste it again. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, it's time to check our turkey again. So let's take a look. It should be getting pretty close to done. Yeah, see it's getting a little brown there. Can you see that? Okay, we're going to baste it some more, and we've also got a lot of juice in here. I know you probably can't see that from the camera, but there's quite a bit of juice. And I don't know if you can see it, but this turkey looks really juicy. So that's exactly what we want. It's getting pretty much done. I'm just going to baste it a little more. And what we're going to do now, we're going to put it in the oven when we put it back, and we're going to leave the lid off so we can brown it a little bit. Most people don't like just white looking meat, so we're going to let it brown some. And I put this on probably somewhere between 9 and 9:15, and it's 11:30 now, so it's very close to being done. Like I said, this is the trick to having a juicy turkey, is making sure that you have a lot of butter in there and that you baste it often. Or rather, baste it a lot. This is the second time I've basted this. A lot of times I'll baste it a lot more than I'm doing now. I just had so many other things going on at the same time I couldn't do it. Alright, so we're going to leave the lid off now. We're going to put it back in our oven and let it brown a little bit. Okay, we'll be back when it's done. Okay, it's time to check our turkey. Let's see what we got here. Okay, yeah, see that's getting a little bit brown, but I'm going to turn the oven on broil and let it brown a little bit better. So we're going to turn that off, bake, and then we're going to put it on the broil and let it get brown. And once it browns, it's done. So we'll be back when it's finished. Okay, it's time to check our turkey. Okay, yeah, it looks good. Look at that. And look at the juice running around in the bottom. See, that's what makes this turkey moist. Okay? Alright, I'm going to put it in a pan. We'll be back in a minute and I'll show you what the final product looks like. Alright, this is how you make Auntie Jen's gluten-free turkey breast. And I've cut off a couple of slices here and they are so juicy and tender. It's going to be delicious. Alright, before I sign off, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of Auntie Jen's gluten-free recipes. And also make sure to share and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Okay, Auntie Jen signing off. I'll catch you on the next recipe.